Day 2 here at the HYLO Badminton Open 2021. Welcome to HYLO Open Insight, our little tournament magazine here at this World Tour 500 event. Today we've seen some amazing matches here at Saarlandhalle. We've talked to one of the best men's doubles players to ever play the game, and we've also caught some players to do a little quiz for you, and I'm sure it's going to be fun. We'll start this show off, it's pretty packed, and now we see some highlights from the German players. My colleague Matti Schraag took a deeper look.
It is quite obvious, those two players are best friends. But on the pitch, this friendship between the German hope Yvonne Lee and Iris Wang had to pause. Lee picked up the first set, but Wang started a massive turn-up in the second one. All eyes looked on the decisive third set, in which the German badminton crack again got into trouble. She tried to push herself back, but Iris Wang had an answer on every difficult challenge of her German best friend. Lee just couldn't keep up with the speed of Wang. Consequently, several shots were simply not reachable.
Especially in the second set, she barely made any mistakes, and I also got way too impatient from the beginning.
On her way to the win, Wang almost weakened herself, but she came back up after her fall and used her match ball against her bestie. Afterwards, it was difficult to define the winner according to the ambience.
Gotta be serious here. It's a serious match.
Oh, yeah. If I don't win, then I'm glad it's her.
Yeah, the good thing one of us proceeds, the sad thing is one of us can't proceed.
Yeah.
I can't believe you won the toss.
Oh yeah, me too. I was like, wow, I finally won one, and I don't have to serve.
After the next German loss at this home tournament, Linda Efler and Chou Tien Chen had the chance to enlighten the bad German performance in Saarbrücken. Unfortunately, the strong English mixed Smith and Ellis had something else in mind. Even though the Germans tried to come back after a clear first set win by the English couple, the individual class of Smith and Ellis surpassed the Germans' will to win. Chou Tien Chen finds a simple conclusion.
They played quite well, we have to say, but we can't play our best also, and they use it for their strength.
That's why the English duo had match ball after not more than half an hour playtime. Efler smashes the shuttlecock next to the line, and the next German dream comes to an early end in Saarbrücken.
Yeah, we are quite disappointed. That was not our goal to be out in the first round. Yeah, we didn't play our best today. Hope we will come back stronger next time.
How to come back stronger shows us Mark Lamsfuss. After the disappointing loss with Marvin Seidel yesterday, he used his second chance together in the mixed double with Isabel Lohau. They had to face the double from Hong Kong, Tan and Tse, who placed 4th in Tokyo at the Olympics this year. The Germans secured the first set and defended really good. The Hong Kong double made mistakes, while the Germans seemed to have the right plan. But how did that one actually look like?
Play our game, get to the attack, and especially in this hole it's quite fast, so just try to get the lift, and that worked quite well.
Motivated by their coach and the German crowd, not even a smash on the body of Lohau, or a failed challenge by the Hong Kong double could insecure the German couple. Lamsfuss sets the right shot and delivers the first German win on day 2 in Saarbrücken. How does that feel?
Yeah, of course, great. I mean, it's a tournament in Germany, so it's always good if some Germans get a win here. So that they're tomorrow and maybe the days after German players here. So yeah.
Thank you, Matti. We are really looking forward to see Marc and Isabel again tomorrow. And now we have some studio guests, a really interesting pair. and I'm sure you know at least one of them. Mathias, you don't need introduction. You've won gold at the All England, silver at the Olympics, World Championships, Thomas Cup winner, just to name a few. How did it feel to play again? You retired a year ago. Now you're back here in Saarbrücken. You've been here before. And can you introduce your new partner?
Yeah, sure. This is my doubles partner and friend, Michael Sarfelt. Michael is one of the biggest badminton geeks. Maybe somebody would be offended by be called a geek, but in Michael's case, a badminton geek will definitely not offend him. He loves the sport more than me, I actually think. So it's been good fun. Yeah, and I mean, it was a good experience being back here. I mean, you still, obviously, I'm a little bit more relaxed now. I don't chase titles anymore. I've done all that for a long time, but you still get a little bit like the same memory. Memory still plays in, and you feel like, yeah, I've been back. And as you said, I've been here in Saarbrücken many times, 5 or 6 times, maybe even more, and I think I won the tournament 3 times with Carsten. So of course it brings back a lot of good memories to be back, and overall it's been some really fun days for me here in Saarbrücken, even though that we lost the match today.
Yeah, Michael, Mathias says you're a really big enthusiast and a geek in badminton, but if I'm informed well, that was your first international tournament that you played. How did this come along? How did this thing work out here?
Definitely is my first international tournament. I've been in love with the sport since I was like 5 years old. I played a bit as a kid. Then when I grew up, unfortunately, I stopped playing for a 15-year period of time because of work and really busy building up the company I have right now. And a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, I obviously always watched badminton on TV and followed Mathias' career for many years, and 3 years ago I had the opportunity to go and play with some friends, and I got hooked on playing again, and it became more and more serious to the point where I'm practicing like 3 or 4 times a week. I've always been following the sport and loved the sport, and always seen Mathias as one of the greatest legends in men's doubles in badminton. So it has been a great pleasure and honor to be able to first of all be friends with him. He's a cool dude, and then more than that, the experience today was something that is a once in a lifetime experience. I think it's something that before you do it, you don't really realize how insane it is. And then when you step into the warm-up court and you play with the best players in the world, you can feel the nerves, and it have been an incredible experience. And after the game was finished, I think it's starting to sink in for me how incredible and insane of a couple of days that have been for me.
So we can say you practiced all your life for this day. It was
I
a big day.
all my life for this day. You can say that for sure.
Okay, really nice. So let's talk about the game for a little bit. So the first set, you had a little trouble getting in, I guess. Have you been nervous?
Warming up, I was a bit nervous. Also, I was just concerned whether or not we could, keep up with the tempo. Then when we stepped into the court, I think that some of the things that we had talked about doing, I didn't really do that according to the plan. But then in the second set, I felt that our heads were in the right place, or at least mine were. And then Mathias did something that probably was the best thing he could do, which was give insane, over-exaggerated encouragement all the time, where when you do a good shot, he was like, wow, that's the best shot of your life, and stuff like that. And when you hear that, I don't know, immediately your confidence grows, and you start believing more and more that you can win points, and when the points start flowing, confidence moves mountains, and I think that Mathias have this special gift of making other people believe in themselves more than they're supposed to, I guess. So obviously on court he carried us with his play, but also with the mental side of it, giving confidence and giving encouragement all the time, and that was something that really helped me in the second set to get the right feel of everything.
Yeah, especially in the second set, like it looked like you guys had really fun on the court and you put on a great show.
Yeah.
How did you prepare for this? Did you prepare at all? Do you practice still, or what do you do?
6 days a week.
I practice paddle tennis, and a lot of it, but not so much badminton. No, I mean, we always, of course, submitted our entry to this a while back, but my schedule hasn't been as such that I could really practice a lot. I called Michael, who just like instantly just flew in from Barcelona, just said, no, I don't need to work, I'll come to my hometown in Odense, and we practiced a few days, talked a little bit about what to do and practiced a few general things. But when I was coaching the Indian doubles team and went to the Olympics with them, I was on call 3 or 4 times with them still feeding. So the touch was okay. But for the last 3 months, I've only played 1 time yesterday, 2 times Monday, and 2 times with Michael in the last 3 months. So, but I mean, with the level I have now, it's kind of like riding a bicycle. I think I can really relatively easy pick up the level that I have now, but to increase it 10-15% will take a lot of hard work. So, but I'm actually like quite satisfied with how I played. Like I didn't do that many unforced errors. So yeah, compared to what I feared, it was actually a little bit better today. So yeah, it was a good experience, and I don't feel embarrassed about my own game today, which I actually feared maybe I would a little bit. But yesterday when we practiced and Monday also, I could feel that the touch of the shuttle was there. Ever since I retired, I've had a little bit of problem with the timing and smash and so on. I know it sounds difficult, but it's kind of like you don't have full movement in your shoulder anymore when you don't do this repeat the strokes every day. So that way I was like a little, but I actually felt that the touch was okay. So I felt that it felt comfortable on court. So that was good for me.
Yeah, I think you did quite okay, and you also had some one-shot winners in there, so it was really fun to watch. Can you tell us something about how this whole idea came up and what led to the thing that you are playing at HYLO Open this year?
Yeah, so the idea of this pro-am thing, if you can call it that, it was actually an idea my brother, he came up with some years back to generate some money and some income for me, saying, why don't you auction yourself away, especially to one of the greater badminton nations in Asia, say like we can enter this tournament and a certain part of it would go to charity, a certain part of this would go to me. So the idea was always on top of my mind. I didn't feel like I'd want to go out and play with a stranger and do this. But when I met Michael in the summer, I just knew that he was the guy to suggest this to, because he, as I said, he's a badminton geek and loved the game so much. So it was just an easy idea, and then especially also him and his family is also supporting different kind of charities. And I started this charity 2 years back with my girlfriend called Nani Kali. We support 100 schoolgirls in 2 rural areas of India. So I talked to Michael and his family about this, and then they just instantly said, we want to contribute, we want to donate. And it's like, it was not why I explained this to you, but of course it also shows how big-hearted they are as a family. Like, we just got to learn each other, and there's thousands of charities out there, but they chose to support ours. And I pitched the idea, said like, if you and your family will support, then we'll try and enter a tournament and see if we get in, so I can contribute in that way, and giving him a unique experience when he is supporting the girls mostly, but also our charity.
Yeah, so basically you had to say yes and do this, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me, first of all, I thought that the charity itself was an amazing cause and something that me and my family would love to support, no matter what, conditionally of whether or not we get into the tournament. We have lived in Asia ourselves for the past 20 years in Thailand, where we have done a lot of charity with kids as well, locally in Thailand. So when we heard about the opportunity in India, it was for me and my family a no-brainer that we wanted to take part. And one of the biggest achievements and one of the things that I'm most grateful for in my life is the ability to start giving back to society in general and give to good causes, and I think that is the greatest success you can achieve in life is obviously achieving success for yourself, but also have the ability to be able to give back and provide a better life for people in general. And you can't change the world, but you can certainly do your part as good as you can, and then hope to inspire other people that they would do the same. So myself was hooked from day one, and my family, I didn't even need to ask them because they love charity. Maybe potentially even more than me. So my mom and my dad and my brother and his wife were excited immediately, and my girlfriend as well. So with that was how we got involved.
Yeah, that sounds great. That's a pretty honorable mindset that you have there, you guys. So another question is, we got like the badminton world here around the tournament. Was really excited to see you play again, and of course we got some questions whether this was a one-day thing, or if we have seen a rising pair here in Saarbrücken for the first time. So can you talk about that a little bit?
I'll give that one to you.
Now after this, like we got a taste of blood, so now we will try and win all the championship and qualify for the Olympics in 3 years.
In Paris. If we had won the second set, we have got the confidence. We had thought, okay, we can do this, but unfortunately we lost the second set. So
like the first one was 6 points, the next one was
17.
Like 17.
And
so imagine you would have said,
it would be 35 points to us.
Yeah, so you would be unstoppable. Yeah.
No, jokes aside, this is a one-time deal, one-time thing. Sorry. I mean, it's a good story. A lot of press, especially in Denmark, has reached out to me also today and asked about it. And as Michael said, the ability of give something back and help people who is not as fortunate as we are, it's the greatest thing you can do in life. So obviously I don't mind going back and playing, but obviously the reason why we can play is because the ranking has been frozen, and to be honest, it's not always the things from BWS who are 100% followed through, because these gaps shouldn't be able to occur that I can enter and Michael can play a first tournament on this level. But we found a loophole. We thought the story would be good. None of us really have a problem with going on court and people have an opinion about it and say, okay, why this is unprofessional to see these two clowns there. We support a good cause in doing it. We give our best on court, and it's a BWF thing that these things can happen. We didn't break any rules. We found that loophole that entered the tournament. A lifelong dream for Michael came true. It was a good experience for me, and we are helping some girls in India who, as I said, is not as fortunate as us. For me, the circle is complete. We'll go out and have a good dinner tonight, but I don't think you should expect us to see us back, or at least not me. Maybe Michael can find a younger and faster partner.
I think I'll take it in the singles next year.
Okay, we're excited to see that.
I also want to see that.
If I qualify, you come.
Yeah, definitely. I'll coach you.
Oh, okay. Maybe we get something.
For the respect of the sport, I don't want these two, me and Michael, these two circus clowns to go around. It is. I understand that some people would say it's not the right way of promoting the sport. So it's a one-time thing for me. Maybe a senior tournament we could enter, or I could enter with someone else, but not tournament this level. It's a one-time deal.
Okay, but still, we are really happy that you guys have been here. It was great fun watching you. Thank you. Also, great idea, great cause. And if you change your mind, we'll also be happy to see you here next year.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. And for us, we've seen some German games already, and now my colleague Tom Kühner has watched some of the international stars start into the tournament, and now we see how it goes.
Day 2 of the HYLO Open started with the women's doubles and a 3-set thriller. The Malaysian duo Hu Lim met the two Danes Boje Paulsen. After two more than even first sets, the decision on who would advance to the second round had to be made in a nerve-wracking final set. Both teams showed incredibly good badminton, some very decent smashes and especially a great defense. In the end, only small things decided the match. The Malaysians were down for a while, but managed to gain a 3-point lead in the decisive part of the match. Also because the Danes made few but 2 easy mistakes. After more than 1 hour, Hu and Lim converted their first match point and moved to the round of 16. On the other hand, last year's winners in the women's doubles were taken out completely by surprise. Gabriela and Stephanie Stoeva lost unexpectedly against the Indonesians Ramadanti Sugiarto. In the first set, the Bulgarians missed a lot of speed and were at times 10 points behind.
Yeah, it was very difficult match, if I can say that. We never played this double. We know that when they come from Asia we need to be 100%, but this time was not working for us.
A good recovery saw them leading in the second set. But in the decisive moments of the match, the Indonesians turned up the heat, inspired by the crowd. On the other side, the Stoevas lacked the necessary luck. In a promising attacking position, Gabriela's racket broke, meaning match point Indonesia.
We try actually everything, but this was not our game, and we have a lot of things to think after this match, and I hope for the next one we will be more ready.
A tough day for the sisters, who leave Saarbrücken after only 1 match. Indonesia is crazy about badminton, and it's easy to see why. The current best men's doubles both come from the Far East, and both competing in the HYLO Open. On Wednesday, Indonesian daddies Azan and Setiawan kicked off by facing Japan's Kaneko and Kubota. Cheered on by around 40 Indonesian fans, the currently second best doubles team in the world advanced to the second round without any problems.
Yeah, very good. We feel like in home.
Alongside their compatriots Gideon Sukamuljo, Azan and Setiawan are the big favorites to win the tournament in Saarbrücken. Gideon and Sukamuljo themselves, the minions, also faced 2 Japanese on Wednesday. Okamura and Onodera also had little chance to upset the world number 1. Gideon Sukamuljo impressed again with their fast play. We all are looking forward to more spectacular matches with great crowds of fans in the hall. Malaysian Lee Si Jia also carries many sympathies in Saarbrücken this year. However, the shooting star, seated at position 2, had some serious problems against the strong Spaniard Pablo Abian, fending off 2 match points, including this one that is really worth seeing. It took Lee just under an hour to advance to the next round. Many eyes were also on one of the best single players in the world. Chou Tien Chen started the tournament on Wednesday and faced Lo Kim Yu from Singapore. The man from Chinese Taipei struggled with his backhand early on and surprisingly lost the first set. After an injury break in the middle of the second set, Chou was completely off his game. On the other hand, Lo shone especially with his aggressive play at the net. The final result? Number 1 seed Chou is out. The next surprise at the HYLO Open. Winner Lo will now face last year's winner Thomas Popov from France.
Yeah, a surprising loss for the men's singles favorite, and we all hope that it's no big injury and that Chou Tien Chen can be back on court very soon. That's it for our game highlights today, but I promised you a quiz, and let's see if Lisa Schneider could find some victims among the players.
Hey guys, Lisa here. It's quiz time. I know we are all here to celebrate some great badminton sports, but there are also some important things off the court. Every day I'm going to grab some players and test their sport knowledge. Today I had the Scottish men's double in the studio. Let's see how they did.
You're a badminton player.
That's disgusting.
Who plays cricket? It's a terrible sport.
Oh, feathers.
It's our second language, Alex.
Fine,
Come on.
How fast was the most powerful smash ever hit in badminton?
426 kilometers per hour.
Is that minus a point because you got it wrong?
How many feathers does a shuttlecock have?
16.
I don't even know that.
You don't know that? It's very obvious.
How long was the shortest single match in badminton history ever?
6 minutes.
Who's the highest paid men's athlete in the world in 2021?
Conor McGregor.
I don't know that one, to be fair, good job.
Which following sport is not one of the most popular top 3 in the world? Tennis, cricket, or basketball?
Cricket.
Basketball.
What? Tennis? Tennis, really? Who plays cricket? It's a terrible sport.
Where's the headquarters of the International Olympic Committee? Melbourne, Lausanne, Paris.
Was it Paris? I didn't hear the question properly, but I didn't hear the question, I guessed.
Melbourne.
It's wrong.
Lausanne.
It's Lausanne in Switzerland.
It was where the committee is. I wasn't sure if it was just the next Olympics or not. Yeah, pretty much.
I'll remember that.
Neutral venue.
Where will the Football World Cup be held in 2026? A. In different countries in Europe. B. In China and Japan. C. Mexico, USA, Canada.
2026. I've jumped the gun. Where is it again? I think I know this as well. It's Mexico, USA, and Canada. Yeah, I was giving my guess without the hints. Yeah, okay.
How many liters of beer does a German drink on average per year?
I'm gonna say liters. Oh god, Germans have like one glass at least a night, surely. So let's say.
I'm going to say 200.
I'm gonna say 144. Yes.
Germans.
How many inhabitants does Saarbrücken have?
I'm gonna say 44,000.
I'm going to go higher, 60,000.
183?
Okay.
Is it that big? Oh, fair play.
The biggest schnitzel in the world comes from Germany. How big was it?
Yes, that's what I had one last night. I'm gonna go 25 kilos. That's probably because that's too much.
13.
Way more?
50?
75. 150. More? 500. No.
A ton? Wow.
What? Did you say 70 a metre? Okay, I was about to say, I was like, that's like half of Germany, surely. That's mental. 17 metres, square metres.
Do people eat it?
Surely it's not safe to eat. How did they cook it? No.
That's disgusting.
That's not nice.
I don't think that you can eat it.
No, that is stunt food.
Very impressive.
Yeah. Fair play, fair play. I don't know if anyone's going to attempt to break that world record anytime soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a wrap. Day 2 is over, and so is our second episode of HYLO Open Insight. If you liked it, then just give us a like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow for the round of 16. Servus and good night.